map 1. And we're headed on to Inferno. It's ViCi Gaming against Invictus. And it's a Chinese matchup. We love this, don't we, Mac? We get it to all the time. Big fan of Asian Counter-Strike, always fun to watch. And hopefully we get a good one here. But I'm leaning more than likely towards a 2-0 today for ViCi.
Well, let's see where we end up here, because Invictus are going to be starting on that T side as well. And having a look at the GGBet odds, you do have Invictus, who are certainly not looking like the favourites, but I feel like there's some pretty good odds, honestly.
Yeah, certainly. Starting on the T side is Invictus, and a couple of smokes in the back pocket here, Mac, so they might have something a little fancy for us to throw in if they do get close to one of the bomb sites. Perhaps towards the B side, smoke for Coil, smoke for CT.
Well, it is just a very passive approach from both sides at the moment. Kaze is going to spot that with P2K. As Invictus don't overcommit to Banana, but ViCi, they have sent a single rotation from Orman here. Slow approach from both sides as we do start to hit the minute mark. Invictus staying silent, looking to punish any over-aggression. Orman still just hanging around in CT, looking for that fast rotation, but in comes that utility.
Quickly into the bomb site goes Invictus, and Kaze is just rolled over by Viva. That's someone that we definitely want to see having a good game here for Invictus, and starting off nicely in the pistol round. Always going to be good news. ViCi more than happy to just save their couple of grenades and some of the armor. Interesting.
Yeah, and Invictus with the perfect round. I think, if anything, you do have Viva, who hasn't been touched, but unfortunately, he also doesn't have any of that body armor, none of the Kevlar, so he won't be able to get the free upgrade to the helmet. That is, you know, everything he could have asked for. No one falling, and even a decoy from Zaussage to carry that one forward. As Invictus do take their T-pistol. ViCi doing to the next. We've got 2 bits of utility, some armor, potential for maybe the Force Spire. Look, Inferno is the map where you want to be going for this Force in the second, because those Deagles and some solid utility have high potential to get that upset happening. I didn't see that on the entry. Viva as well, just tapping off heads. There was nothing really that ViCi could do about a situation like that. Now, in round 2, Invictus, they on an okay buy, but Kaze's got this scout cranking already. Peeks into 2 and will survive just barely. Down to 16 HP himself now. It looks like ViCi, they are going to rotate over and go for a bit of a setup on the A site. You've got Orman looking to come and buff the numbers. Kaze repositioning back over towards Archers.
I like it. Looks like it's going to be a good setup. Invictus are headed in that direction. Deagles are always relatively potent when in the hands of ViCi Gaming. Zoking with the 5.7, one of his favoured weapons on the pistols as well. He's generally relatively cheeky with that weapon too. Holding the closer angle. That's going to be quite a difficult position to get rid of for Invictus Gaming. They've taken brackets control, and it actually does look like they might start to float back in towards the B bomb site.
Ooh, the thing is, though, look, Orman's Advent rather still has that smoke to drop, and that's if he spots it and can get it down in time. And then if Orman can come across, they can certainly get this clock down.
Yep,
and
early.
There's the first smoke, but Orman's still a little bit too far away. Invictus, they will be forced to push through this one. Let's see what Advent can do. P250 on the other side.
The rotation starts to come in from the A bomb site. Soaking and Jam Young do die on A. ViCi are going to gamble stack B. This might actually still work out for them. Invictus are deciding to book it back over to A, though. They've called it. They've called it. They called the rotation had happened, and they have called it correctly.
And they've got just enough time to get there. So fortunately, that was fully cleared out by Destroyer, who's going to hold those rotations in CT. And it's just Kaze and Advent last alive, who won't be able to get too much done, but Invictus, a great last-second call.
Yeah.
Clutch out the round without any casualties. Destroyer doing God's work there, all on his own at bracket, then in CT. And that's going to allow him to get a good amount of money on the board early. Managed to save up for that AWP. That's if they do it on the T side. Not too sure if they're going to go for that, but Destroyer wants the ace. He is hunting like a madman.
Oh, he might get it now as well.
Ooh.
Good shot from Kaze.
16 HP.
Well, I was going to say he'll want to keep that AK in hand, but no chance this time. I do enjoy this matchup, largely because you get to see that sort of battle of wills between Advent and Xiaosaga. They do tend to run into each other quite often in the Chinese scene. You know, obviously being two IGLs that have been sticking around for, I mean, who knows how long really at this point. So they should have a pretty good understanding of one another's play style and what they like to do with their teams. Advent has been getting the better of it lately, even in the aim battles as well between these two, which is quite funny to think about because normally we do sort of look at Advent as someone that doesn't put too much up on the scoreboard, to be honest.
Yeah, he had a really good game up against Invictus, what was it? Over on Mirage, remember?
Yep. Yeah, I remember.
Seemed to be their kryptonite.
That's
However,
kind of,
there's no Mirage in the pool today.
well, that was the one I was actually kind of referring to there as well, because that was where he actually ran into Xiao like 3 or 4 times in a one-on-one and pretty much won all of them. That's just a bit unlucky, to be honest, from Jamyoung. He gets that first ping, but can't hang on for too much more damage. Would have only been a Mac 10 for him, but would have been a nice confidence-building frag as well.
And ViCi happily just going to start to make their way down mid. Advent, double finger guns there in his little picture. He's not going to be able to survive for too long. So, finger guns not too powerful up against the real guns. Now, we do see the Mac 10s looking to go for a bit of a hunt. It's going to be one of the Kaze. Just looking to pump up the $2 in the bank right now, as we do see Orman just waiting for a push into apartments. Zasage going to be coming in this direction, and the jumping peak will get the job done. Zoking, can he survive? That's the real question. 5-7 in the dream, but it looks like Invictus will be knocking at the door in a moment, and ooh, okay, so he's managed to find one, almost the second, but jumping inaccuracy is a little snitch sometimes, and there we go. Oi, we'll finish off the round. So, one man lost. Not too much of an issue. And of course, Invictus are going to be going for the bonus round. So Scout there, Galil and a Mac 10 here. Still able to have some solid effect.
Yeah, I don't see that actually all that often, I don't think, on the T side these days. Cool investment from ViCi. Kaze's got the AWP in hand. Advent back to the FAMAS, but everyone else is looking solid, and that is a very nice flash from Zoking. Makes life so easy for Kaze. What a start. Guns make the difference, apparently.
They really do sometimes, most of the time, almost every time. That utility as well, able to be rotated. ViCi not going for banana control at all, really just dumping that one smoke. Trying to keep Invictus guessing. Now at this point, Invictus looking to retake that banana control. One flash will do it, flying. Looking to be a human flashbang, but also get that utility out before too much more goes on. The sandbags, counter utility is good, but flash from Invictus just goes one better. Damage on the corner, doesn't find Zoking just yet. Now from this position, 4v5, Invictus again just going to double back. They've actually drawn the rotation over to the B site, so it's going to be a 4v2 at 8.
Kaze is going to spot the info early, and you're going to get that rotation coming across pretty quick. Smart from ViCi. He's confident, and he challenges it, but it doesn't go too well for him, and that kind of leaves now Jamyoung high and dry. Luckily, Orman's rotated across quickly indeed, and it's not actually too high and dry for Jamyoung at all. He's got a one-on-one now, but he's not even going to need to deal with it because Zoking's wrapped in from Library. Orman, double kill, and he was a very, very solid player in DreamHack Summer. That's something that we didn't really have time to discuss on the desk. Obviously, we had to rush through it quite quickly.
Very, very quick desk segment.
But Orman, I mean, to be honest, I think I've been one of Orman's bigger detractors this year. I've never really been a huge fan of Orman as an individual. And I was always sort of saying, like, if anyone is going to get cut from ViCi, it probably has to be Orman to start with.
What would Orman say if he got cut from ViCi?
Oh, man.
Probably.
But I got to give him credit. I mean, DreamHack Summer, he looked fantastic. He was one of the best players on ViCi there, and a large part in why it looked like ViCi might even be able to get over the line against Tyloo. They didn't, inevitably, in the end. But if you can bring that form into Cologne here, maybe we do see ViCi hit those heights. I always sort of feel like ViCi is one of those teams where you're really relying on Kaze, Orman, or Zoking to have a big map. And if 2 out of the 3 of them do, with the consistency of someone like Jamyoung involved in the mix and the in-game leadership of Advent, they're putting themselves in good stead. And oftentimes, Orman has been disappointing as one of those big 3. Same for Zoking, but he's playing a bit of a different role to Orman, and I think you can give him a little bit of a pass mark. Kaze generally the most consistent of those 3. So if Orman's able to bring that kind of a level on a more consistent basis, then I think ViCi's actually in a really good spot here within the Chinese region, within the Asian region. It'll obviously be a different sort of a case when they do go internationally. But that's a question that we have to sort of answer here in Cologne, because yes, he was good for DreamHack Summer, but inconsistency has always been Orman's issue, not his peaks.
Well, while you have been hitting us with the history lesson, Invictus have used almost all of their utility. They have just enough to execute on the B site, and they're going to have to go all in because there's not much else remaining, not much time remaining. And Orman, I mean, you talked about, drops that counter utility at the perfect moment, and Invictus go straight back to A with 12 seconds to plant. Zoking, though, has now found the bomb, and that's the round. That's the round.
Yeah. Zoking might even get a few more. Doesn't quite manage to farm up onto Zhao, but you're right, it is the round. Xiao can't even get into the bomb site quickly enough. He was very close, though, to be fair. If Zoking didn't get that first frag on the player rushing him from Boiler, it actually probably could have been a bomb plant from Invictus. But ViCi Gaming will win the round. And 2-3 the scoreline. They start to stabilize a little bit on the CT side here. Invictus will be running low on cash soon. In fact, they are in this round. So it's going to be the hero AK for Xiaosaga.
Let's see what it can do. We do have no extra aggression. Not this round. Lots of early util there towards Banana. Zhao is going to burn, has to use that smoke to survive now. And he's actually going to go solo. Up Banana, just sitting at the half warm, waiting for this aggression. And great counter utility, but it's only 1 for 1.
AK might still be retrievable for Invictus once those smokes start to fade and ViCi start to back away back into the B site. Advent's going to continue to creep forward and kind of try and keep an eye on it. He's got the flash through from Zoking, and he'll put the smoke down. But now flying with the AK in hand, tries to make something happen. Advent steps up, solid on the defense here. Kaze not prepared for Viva to peek from the right side angle, I would imagine. And now an AWP in Viva's hands can be a dangerous prospect. This round definitely could fall apart for ViCi, but that'll help. Jamyoung always consistent, always solid.
Viva has managed to get his mitts on the AWP and is wrapping over to Boiler. Reposition coming out from Jamyoung, but it looks like he might have just managed to work the timing. As Zoking's going to be spotted now. Jamyoung can make his move in time. Certainly can, but it's all Zoking actually to find the 2.
Yeah, well, who cares about Jamyoung at this point?
Yeah. Maybe just the noise was enough to throw Invictus off. However, there it is, 3-3. We do see ViCi bringing themselves back into the game. All it took was a couple of guns.
Scary prospect for Invictus if Zoking's going to be on point today as well. Seeing him ramp up at the moment on the CT side, but he does his best work on the T side when he's entering the bomb sites. 6-3 at the moment, though. And again, he's another one of those big 3. So maybe it's not going to be Orman's day. Maybe it's going to be Zoking's day. So far, it's looking like it.
Retake utility from ViCi, just making sure they can dominate the top of Banana. Advent, his life on the line, but that should be a nice nade. Certainly is. Oi, will fall for free. Invictus are already a man down. They have been able to find themselves full control of Banana. ViCi happy just with the one-man pick. We do see Invictus gravitate back towards Viva and Zhao as well. Bomb going to be retrieved. Still plenty of utility to go for a hit. Still able to do something here at bracket as well. Deep Archer's smoke there to allow the wrap, but Destroyer, again, just going to single-handedly try and hold these CTs in this position. 3v2 on the B site.
He does have an incendiary, but hasn't thrown it in time, looking to take the challenge instead. Advent peeks off the contact, and he's going to make good usage of it. Advent again! Who is this guy?
He's on!
This is the guy that literally goes negative in every single map. And at the moment, he's smashing Invictus. Chance for one more. This would be a 4K round from Advent. Something you don't see too often at all. He's going to get it. That's a great flash. Totally blinds Destroyer. And Advent has a 4K. Can you believe it, Mac?
I can.
I feel like they've
saw
just...
it last series, they've played
just
one another.
They've swapped PCs. It's actually jamming.
Yeah, we just got the wrong tags on the players, surely. Well,
I mean, look, I take the Mickey, and it is for a reason, right? I mean, Advent, if you go and have a look at his stats on HLTV, they are some of the worst fragging stats that you will see in anywhere in Asia. But, I mean, at the moment, I guess that doesn't matter. ViCi did have a 23% win rate on Mirage, and then they won it twice in a row, so hey.
Anything can happen.
Who cares
Jordan.
about stats?
It's Asian Counter-Strike. You never know what you're going to get.
Tech9s? How about that?
Tech9s, all right. Let's see what they can do. Destroyer and Xiao. Just looking to open up here. It's actually flying, leading the charge with the P250. Two-man setup here at Archers, but he's only found 2-3. Looks like this wrap has been stopped in its tracks as Orman's just been trying to find something there in the smoke. However, Xiao is very far away.
Yeah, I'm afraid that I'm not feeling too confident for Invictus at the moment. They are not looking too crash hot right now on the T side, and ViCi certainly are looking on.
All right.
Xiao has managed at least to salvage one, but look, to be honest, one kill is not enough to really trouble the scores.
No, but it does crack that economy down a tiny bit. Zoking was starting to get a bit big for his boots in terms of how much money was there. Just as Zoking, I don't have a Chinese... Okay. I'm not going to read that. I'm not going to give that the respect it deserves, Dex. I'm sure chat loves it. Thanks, Text Guy. Thank you very much. Well, into round 9 we go. And ViCi have been on a bit of a rip now. 5 in a row. Invictus just looking lost up against the utility and the defense from ViCi. 3-man setup at Banana early. Invictus not bothered by this position. They are just going to be going up second, looking to maybe crack into bracket this time. No crossfire there either. ViCi looking to give this bit of the map up for free. Just passive approach. ViCi, they realize if they do go a little aggressive early, Invictus, they're very good at getting those picks, and then T-side gameplay, you get that man advantage, you trade it out, you're losing rounds.
Yeah, and I think ViCi's quite happy to give up control of brackets because, to be honest, Invictus don't always utilize that to the greatest extent. We've seen them get brackets late in the round and then go back to B and then come back to A, but this time they're going to commit to the A bomb site. They have not cleared pit at all. They were really banking on the Molotov to do a lot of work, but you really can't rely on that. Look at that. That is just too easy for ViCi. Zoking a turret on the bomb site. Orban a quick rotate and Jamyoung in pit. And that round just disappears.
Yeah, just absolutely solid. Crossfire, reverse default, then pit is just doing so much work. Zoking even peeks out, goes forward, works all the control that he can. And it's just the boxes, the cover. So damn good. He was moderately flashed, but still managed to have a huge impact in the round. And that's going to be the 3-round lead found by ViCi. Again, 3-man stack over early, over towards Banana. Invictus not going to be touching this one. Realize that this utility is coming out every single time now. And just back on the pistols again. You're just going to see Destroyer looking to work into apartments, which has been going well for him considering he hasn't had too much defense in that position. ViCi giving Invictus a whole lot of the map to work with, but even so, it hasn't really been working out for Invictus. Bracket given to him for free as well. This bit could be dangerous. Couple of flashes and a smoke to play with. But the approach coming up through Dig just was not super effective with the rifles, so I can't see the pistols going any differently at all.
No. Advent is soloing Banana at the moment, and the rotation does come in from ViCi. 4 stack on A. Well, might see that sort of dwindle away, though, because ViCi's going to send the rotator back as a result of just a single flashbang. Advent not too overly eager to peek Banana. Might be the incorrect call in the end for ViCi, but they do still have 3 players over on the A bomb site, and to be honest, Invictus don't really have that much time to work with, which will mean they will be trying to rush into A. Kaze cops a bink. It might actually start to come unstuck a little bit here for ViCi because Jamyong's quite low as well. He's going to smoke the balcony, but Zoking flashed out and deleted from the server. That's just a series of unfortunate events for ViCi, and they've lost control of the A site.
And Norman manages to find one on the Xiao, but not quite enough as he does get binked down to 18 HP. So it seems like the wrap through Moto, the wrap around Archers, and the split into A was the answer that Invictus were looking for.
Really good utility usage from Invictus on that entry as well.
Yeah, just
Slashing Kaze out of position, Zoking out of position on the bomb side as well. And Jamyong getting binked, putting him under pressure into pit as well. So it was just a case where all three of the CTs were on so much individual pressure that they couldn't really take the fight. And if all three CTs aren't going to take the fight, that allows the pistols to get into close range. And, well, we saw what happened.
That's it. Heavy reliance on Viva to hold control, not Viva, rather, Kaze, to hold control of the Archers area. And that one just did not eventuate, so it all comes crumbling down. And look, you can't really beat Brilliance there with the Tech 9 just shredding in. Xiao with the 2K on the way through. That is a little bit rough for ViCi to deal with. And Invictus win on the pistols, so their economy is looking pretty damn good right now. 3 upgrades, everything carried across. Well, 1 M4 really carried across. And I think they managed to salvage some AKs back from the CTs. There it is, 6-4. As we head in the round 11, ViCi lead by 2. Early util invested by Invictus to go for the banana control, which this time ViCi hasn't decided to fight for. Left Advent solo, who's ready to drop that smoke at any given moment. All it took for him to throw all that utility was one frontside smoke on the B site.
ViCi do really like this rotation over to the A site. It seems like every single round they're putting an extra player on A, and Advent is just soloing B. Now, whether that's a read because Invictus maybe doesn't like to go to B, which so far seems to be proving true. We haven't really seen them hit B.
ViCi have given them bracket every single round, just giving them too much respect, and now they're changing that up. 4-man set up at bracket, and Invictus are about to walk straight into it.
They are indeed. It's looking like a good defense here for ViCi, but Jamyong burns alive. He's hopping up and down. I don't know what was going on there. Zoking salvages at least, and Destroyer, he's not looking in the right direction. Still, in the end, it's a 2-on-2. Kaze's already at the bomb site, but he misses a shot with the orb. Incendiary goes down, forces Viva into that angle, being very creepy here. Kaze goes for the no-scope, doesn't work out for him. And Advent tasked with a 1-on-2. Now, ordinarily, I would count him out here and now. But Advent today is looking good.
Well, Advent edging his way back in. Viva, I think he's focused on Diggity, so Advent might have an opportunity. Flying, hiding, should spot him in a moment. And the timing is a factor. Flying gets away with that one. Invictus put a 5th on the board, even though they walked straight into the stack. And look, ViCi, they had the read. They made all the right movements. Kaze, the only issue was, as he got behind the default box, he actually went for the scope. And I think it was Flying, was about to run straight out into his crosshairs, but he heard the scope and stopped. And then Kaze was in a bit of a rough situation. However, look, he goes for the RNG shot, goes for the no-scope there across the mid-box. If that happened, then it could have been the 2v1. However, didn't. And here we are.
What about Jamyong burning alive in that molly for so long?
Yeah, look, he did pull the smoke out. He did extinguish it. So from the point of him throwing the smoke and it extinguishing the Molotov, he was dead. Yep. So just took a little bit too long. I think he was flashed off, though, was he not?
I think he might have, been just partially blinded or, under some sort of other external pressure. It's kind of slowed down a bit for ViCi, hasn't it? They were looking pretty unstoppable on this CT side, and Invictus have won quite a few in a row now off the back of that Tech 9 buy.
I thought we had the scoreboard bug again from earlier, because at the bottom it's 407, 407, 516, 516, but then it goes to what we currently have up the top. And there you have it.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen.
Anyway, so what is Asian Counter-Strike without a tech pause? Let's be real. Onto it early. First map, too.
Love it, love it.
Certainly do.
Probably a VPN issue. Someone's got to, I don't know, turn it on again, turn it off again. do something.
Do anything, essentially. However, look, ViCi leading by 1. Financially, I think that they shouldn't be able to buy. No, they can. Okay.
Oh, they can buy.
They certainly can. They can buy twice.
Ormond's got 10k,
They
and
can
they've
buy
lost
7
like
times.
3 rounds in a row. They've been managing their economy quite nicely. A lot of cash money in the back pocket for ViCi.
And Invictus have a lot of money too. So no matter who wins this round, the opposing team is going to have another chance to buy again. I feel like this is probably going to affect ViCi before it affects Invictus, just because of how expensive that CT economy is.
Well, it's about 90 seconds till we get back into the game, Mac. So
Beautiful.
I'd like to take you on a... No, it's
Journey?
not 90 seconds. That's 20 seconds.
On a journey?
They've lied to me.
No. Watch
There's
the
going to be a repause.
Aye.
There is a repause.
Yeah.
Hey, we got him. All right, well, we've probably got about 60 seconds left to go, Mac. So I'd like to take you on a exercise journey with me for the remainder of this pause. Everyone in the broadcast should get up out of your chair. It's time to do some squats. What do you reckon, Mac? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Ooh.
What are you putting your arms out for?
I don't know. It's good for balance, mate.
Good for balance?
Yeah, that's 2.
What are you doing? Put your feet need to be shoulder width, Jordan. What are you? You've done a squat before?
Yeah, these ones.
He's slab squatting. You just went full Kev. You just went full Kev. All right, so arse out.
Oh, yeah.
Shoulders got to stay pretty much above your knees if you can help it.
Oh, it feels so good.
Yeah.
Oh.
Tense your glutes on the way back up.
Good news for everybody.
Well.
It actually,
Feeling limber?
yeah, makes me feel good. I'm
Yeah,
sure
good man,
everyone
good
out there listening has followed along at home. I hope you have. Because it's going to get you ready for round number 12, which we're about to head into.
Beautiful. Got that adrenaline going.
Yeah, the blood pumping.
Firing up! No matter what I do, I can never make Jordan laugh. He's uncrackable. Anyway, into round 12 we go. Invictus, maybe not expecting the aggression. Zoking halfway down mid already and yet to be spotted, but Destroyer is on and he's ready.
That hasn't worked out too kindly for ViCi. They're trying to pressure it aggressively on Banana as well, but they've thought better of it. And all of a sudden, we're back to square one. Invictus really do slow things down quite substantially in the mid-round here. Util is already kind of low for ViCi. Kaze's in a good spot, though, to deal with Destroyer, but it's going to be a very late rotation from ViCi. Advent's going to either have to do it himself or maybe just play retake. Surely you get out of here. He wasn't happy with just one. He wanted another. But in the end, 3-on-3 for the retake here for ViCi is achievable. Kaze's got a heck of a lot of utility to work with, but now he doesn't have Orman. This is, I think, actually just slipped away from ViCi. They probably even want to save from here.
Yeah, big missed opportunity there as Jam Young. He's still going to have an opportunity here if the timing's right. Flash into Con, but the double dark setup, it's so dangerous. And Jam Young's going to have no idea unless both of them peek into it. That could have been the opportunity, but opportunity missed. And there it is. Kaze just going to be running away, keeping the AWP in play. As, look, we said that the economy wasn't looking too bad, but it's taken one round, Jordan, and the economy's bad. So maybe a force coming through, but they're not going to break Invictus' economy, so maybe just pack your bags and hope for the next round.
I do wonder what would have occurred in that round had Orman just gotten that first, been happy with it, and played the 4-on-3 retake. Either way, ViCi going to scrounge together what they can in this final round before they do end up having to really go down to a very, very weak buy. Probably take a save and then buy for 8 and 7. If that is the case. Invictus, on the other hand, will probably buy the half out with the money that they've got in the back pocket there.
And it's a slow approach into apps now. But again, ViCi just showing a whole bunch of respect. The passive approach on site has been working very well for them. But Invictus just looks to go for the reroute. Oh, there's the spam. Zoking is not moving and copped a full clip through the wall. That's going to be the opening. Well, Zoking, the man that is 12 for 8 at the moment for ViCi. There's been a huge influence in these rounds. Now he's out of the picture.
Yeah, I mean, Zoking has been one of the players that really slowed down quite a lot for ViCi. He was the one that was dragging them through a lot of the early rounds. Double pit set up now for Jamyoung and Orman. Time is actually getting a little bit of a concern now for Invictus. And they've gotten control of brackets again. They'll go back to B. Advent still has himself a smoke. So does Kaze, to be honest. Haven't used him. I mean, there's 20 seconds left in the round. If you're going to use the smoke, you have to use it now, but they thought it was A. Advent was still on the rotation. Kaze's dead. Round is over. Surely nothing happens from here for ViCi.
There was an opportunity, but Advent just didn't have the gun in hand or at the ready.
I don't know why they didn't just throw a smoke.
That's it.
28 seconds left in the round. I mean, you've got 2 of them on the B side, so you may as well.
There it is again. A 5-man situation for Invictus, all alive, and they've got so much money. Destroyer has been heavy on the hunt, straight through apartments, clearing everything, now realizing the 2 remaining ViCi players probably on the A site. And Invictus, they might actually just go for the full hunt after clearing CT, but can they get over to the A site in time? I'm not too sure they can. Orman, on an aggressive line into library. Will he find the timing? Spotted.
Oh,
As
okay.
Jamyoung snags one right at the end. So they both managed to save their weapons. But again, look, it was literally the last bullet that killed Zoking there. That one is a feels bad man. He held his wit, held his nerve, and just stood in the spam thinking he would survive.
Just goes to show why you never stop the spray.
Never.
Never. You never know what could happen. A little bit of a force behind the M4s. Pistols and armor. It's not really a force, is it? It's more of a half-buy. Obviously, ViCi keeping enough in the back pocket to make sure that they do have the amount of cash required to buy in on the last round of the half. Try to fight for the 7-8. But who knows? Maybe they can get something done in this one. Soaking again goes to the 5-7. Deagle for Kaze. Both of the M4s are over toward the A bomb site, though. Orman is playing that float role in between A and B. He's hanging around in CT for now. Invictus do like a pretty slow start to their T-side rounds, don't they?
I think that's the approach from both these teams, though, and that's why it's so exciting to watch these teams play. You know, plenty of dead air for us to fill in the gaps, fill in the spaces, build up the story. But again, let's see if Zhao can manage to sell the fake over towards the B site as Orman comes back to A just at the right moment. If ViCi can pull an upset here, they're putting themselves in a great position for the next round, but it's going to be a fast approach straight through Diggity. Destroyer going to be dusted. The jump out going to be dealt with nicely. 5-7, doing some work now.
Yeah, Jamyoung, he's low in HP, but so too now is Xiao Saga and Oi. Orman flies through from library to finish off the damage that Soaking started. And that's a round from nowhere for ViCi.
Yep. And that's it. You can see, obviously, the rifles had a big influence in the round, but pistols on Inferno, just those close range battles are so dangerous. And again, as we head into the final round of the half, ViCi back on a good buy. Invictus economy never going to be broken. They just won too many, managed it appropriately. And on so many of the rounds they won, just no one died. Or minimal players fell. And again, it's anyone's game at the moment. It's going to be 8-7 regardless. And timing.
Yeah, that's not great of a start for ViCi. They might actually suffer the same fate as what they threw at Invictus. But Zoking holds strong. They did not expect the third player at B. And he's able to find a double kill to equalize the numbers. It's a big change up, isn't it? Zoking over towards B. He's predominantly been the A defender. Does leave Jamyoung on his own.
Whoa. He's isolated inside as well, but holds strong for now. Back to the 3v2. Traded out. Kaze as well. Knows that the bomb has fallen on site and hasn't spotted the cross just yet. Flying, great smoke to cross. As Kaze tries to work the timing. Flying will get this bomb plant.
Molly and a HE though, right now for Zoking. A couple of smokes. Plenty of util here for ViCi. Was there a gap in that smoke? Flying's got himself actually up into Graveyard, and I don't know if ViCi's going to be able to check this one. Kaze certainly would. Oh! That's a way to end the half. 2 taps. And there go both of the CTs trying to make the retake happen. It's 8-7 for Invictus here on their map choice of Inferno.
Rising of the ashes, coming from the ether. All I hear is static. Breathe a little deeper. Fallen, broken, a million light years away from home. My eyes opened, and now I've come to claim life. Never letting go. These wings carry me. Live this fantasy. Running through the fire, fire. Gonna let it burn. I am the Messiah. Gonna let it burn. Running through the fire, fire. Gonna let it burn. I am the Messiah, Messiah. Gonna let it burn. 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 Found me in the darkness. Now they see me shining. Calling me a goddess. Thunder and the lightning. I'm falling, I'm faster. Making my way back, I'm close to home. I'm fighting harder because I've come to claim my throne. Never letting go. These wings carry me. Live this fantasy. Running through the fire, fire. Gonna let it burn. I am the Messiah. Gonna let it burn. I'm running through the fire. Gonna let it burn. I am the Messiah. Running through the fire, fire. Gonna let it burn. I am the Messiah. Gonna let it burn. Running through the fire.
Well, a pretty backwards and forwards half between Invictus Gaming and ViCi Gaming, as we don't really know where this one is going. It's 8-7 at the moment. Some big individual step-ups from a few of the Invictus players have gotten them a couple more rounds than we might have expected them to. odds shifting quite heavily to Invictus. I'm not sure that it deserves that much of a discrepancy, to be honest, Mac.
Oh,
I do
yeah.
still see ViCi having a pretty good run here on Inferno, but hey, maybe they know something we don't.
Big old swing. However, let's see how the second half goes, because ViCi on the T side is something to be dealt with. However, Invictus have been looking pretty damn good today. Bringing that A game back out of the bushes, back out of the woodwork,
Yep, back out of the bushes.
back out of the bushes. They hit it somewhere. They found it again. Anyway, looks like it's going to be ViCi finding a three-man stack here on the B site. Counter utility coming through. Flash on the contact. Should be coming in the moment.
Oh, no flash required. The flash comes after 2 players are dead. It's actually allowed them into the B site still because Destroyer did cop it inevitably. And Zokin catches him through the smoke. That is one way to start off the second half. And you always have to admire ViCi's T-sided pistols.
Well, let's see if Flying can get back into it. Nasty shot already, but going up against the Tech 9 in the hands of Kaze is not what you want to be doing. However, Flying, he's going to be able to turn into the raid boss, gets this upgrade. 11 bullets still in the clip to play with. Ormond just spinning around trying to figure out where he's coming from. Flying again with the Tech 9, but he is going to have to do it all himself. Jumping, gets the final shot up, but has to go for the reload kit in play, and he does have 5 seconds now tapping this one. Looks like he's going to go for the stick. Advent trying to run back in time, does have a whole second to line this one up, and Flying just barely unable to do it all himself there. 4 kills for the round, no one else able to find a single kill. And that Tech 9 in his hands looking so damn dangerous. But there it is, ViCi. They pick up the T-pistol and are straight back into the game.
A little bit too close for comfort for ViCi, but they do get over the line in the end. It's a force in from Invictus, and ViCi will definitely need to be quite methodical with how they go through this round, because Deagle's in hand for players like Viva and Flying and Xiaosaga. Scary, scary prospects indeed. Already have seen ViCi drop to a pistol round in this map. They won't be wanting to do it again, and they are headed in the direction of the B bomb site, which is probably going to go okay for them. Only a couple of CTs there. One of them is smoked off, but it doesn't matter. The smoke is not a wall, and Viva catches Soaking's head, spamming with the Deagle. But ViCi's into the bomb site okay. A 4-on-4 defense should be more than doable for them.
Well, free damage back through that smoke, just spamming away. It's Flying. He's on a mission to get straight back into the round. It's smoked off, although it is deep. There will be a gap on the side. Ormond ready and waiting, though. Kaze stops him before Flying can do any more damage. And the 2 remaining Invictus players just packing their bags back to the A site. Now, ViCi, with only 1 casualty, are going to be laughing into the next. But the force buy from Invictus means they're going to be back on the pistols. So
yeah.
Ormond should have a bit of a field day with the MAC-10. There's the lead, ViCi, 9-8.
I actually wouldn't be surprised to see that MAC-10 get thrown over to Zoking. We'll see if Ormond does keep it, though.
Oh, Advent hasn't got anything. Does he go for the MAC-10? Expecting this situation. Or he's got a USP. So realizing that there won't be head armor on a few. No, he's actually gone for the AK. Okay. I thought he might have gone for the full BM strat. USP and a dream. Doesn't come in.
Look, if I'm ViCi here, I'm giving that MAC-10 to Advent, the Galil to Ormond, and the AK to Jamya.
Well, Advent with the AK.
Yeah, look, I guess Advent
Shashia
is on a bit of a tear right now, but I do love watching Ormond in particular with the Galil. I don't know what it is about that gun for Ormond, but he seems to get more done with that than anyone else. 1
USB
kill for Xiao, but nothing to get too excited about just yet.
You hate to see the spam sometimes, but it's good that he's found 1 given the situation. Flying with a Deagle again might be able to find something. Oi, through the smoke onto Ormond. Oi.
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 Oi. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
Oi. Oi.
Oi. Oi.
Well,
Oi.
they're still going. Oi.
Oi.
There's a game live, and Oi is trying to make his way back into the side. If he can edge this one out, doesn't work out because Kaze finds the timing onto him. And with the clock ticking down, there's no time remaining. Flying has no hope, and he's just going to look for an exit. But Advent finds himself a second. And off the back of a great entry, ViCi again going to put another on the board. So that's the 2-round lead as we do head into the first gun round for Invictus. No AWP in play, but Xiao has gone for that AUG. This man loves this weapon.
He does.
Living in the past.
What do you suppose the Invictus players say to get Oi's attention? Do they say, oi, oi, oi?
Or do you reckon it's like a soft oi? Oi.
I reckon it's you got to say oi, but then you got to say his name as well. So you say oi, oi. Be like if I said oi, Mac.
Right,
oi,
right. Oi, oi. Well, looks like we're going to see a bit of aggression straight down Banana. Big damage with the nades and the spams. Viva onto Zoking. That's a nice one, but they don't expect Orman in this position. However, with the pick, Invictus happy to fall back and play the man advantage.
That was a lot of damage from the grenades. ViCi going to have to be a little bit slower into Banana next time so that they don't cop all of them. Does slow down the progression quite a bit, though, from ViCi. They're going to start to work their way up Banana now. Advent's got a smoke in hand. They've got plenty of util to get into this B bomb site. It has been quite successful for them so far on this T side. So I imagine that they're feeling confident, at least for now. Jamyoung also lurking over toward A. Will be liable to grab one on the rotation.
Slow approach. Viva on the line. Doesn't even need to see before striking, but Advent hits him straight back. Not expecting Xiao up at Fallen. Now that's going to keep that man advantage, 2-man advantage rather for Invictus. So we are going to see a 1-man rotation over. Jamyoung unable to do anything as Oi smacks him down. Now it's off to Kaze, but look, 20 seconds, 29 HP, and a dream. It's not going to happen. Not for the Malaysian superstar.
Yeah, just going to keep the AWP in hand. He hasn't really gotten rolling so far on Inferno. It would be nice for ViCi to see him start to get that AWP going on this T side. Although I do always find that the T side of Inferno quite difficult sometimes for the AWP to really look like it's having much impact. 10-9. It's not a disastrous situation for either team just yet. Bit of an investment again from ViCi here, although Advent and Jamyoung are going to be quite poor. So UMP for Advent, distinct lack of utility for Jamyoung. But by and large, ViCi are actually able to scrounge together a pretty decent buy.
Let's see if they can get something on the board early here. 3-2 setup, just back to basics for Invictus. No early stacks at Banana, but they've invested a whole bunch of utility, and Xiao has found the first kill through the smoke. Orman looks like he was around the corner, so very unfortunate he's gone for the jiggle. But that's it. Invictus just able to get damage off for free, and now ViCi have to play from a disadvantageous situation.
They might be able to peg one back, but doesn't really look like Flying is going to be doing too much moving for now. A bit of a push up into brackets, though, from Flying. Good trade from Kaze, but we're talking about trades. We need to see them from ViCi, and we're just not. Destroyer, 3 kills, and Invictus holds strong on the A bomb site. That's much better from them. ViCi now have a lot of thinking to do because the equalization round is there. CT side is looking good for Invictus. Money's building up. And ViCi are starting to run out of ideas.
Well, round 21, and again Invictus keeping this one close. Very early utility towards Banana just to maintain full control. But Flying this time manages to snake one there. Over towards second. Another fall in already. And on the back of the pistols, ViCi not looking likely that they're going to be able to bring it back from here, but it's not over yet.
It's also not looking likely that they're even going to do that much damage to Invictus's economy, which is going to be quite important in the long term. South Saga makes a bit of noise, but Orman not prepared for Viva. So that leaves just Jamyoung, who is generally pretty sharp with the deagle. Really want to see a couple of kills here if you're a ViCi Gaming fan, just to get something out of the round. That's not too bad from Jamyoung. M4, I don't know about that when you're on 20 HP. I reckon the Deagle's a better chance. At least you have the one-shot headshot ability. But he'll maybe even try and do something with this.
2-tap.
Xiao goes down. Or he's gotten close and does out position Jam Young. Invictus find themselves in the lead once again. It's been a little while.
But they're here. And they've got their finances sorted as well. Money for days, utility for everyone. Destroyer back on the AWP as well. And this is looking like a concoction which could send Invictus through this first map pretty convincingly. That's if ViCi can't get back into it because they're back on the guns as well. Plenty of util to play with. It's just a matter of not getting picked off in untradeable positions, which seems to be their issue right now. Destroyer missed shot straight down mid initially. As again, it's going to be some later utility at Banana, but Orman ambitiously just working his way around the mollies and does manage to get one of the Zhao. Is not sure of how close he was to finding Viva as well.
Well, Viva's on 40 HP and there was bullets flying all around him. I dare say it was pretty damn close. 5-on-4. It's the first time that ViCi in this half, really, it feels like, have actually had a 5-on-4 in a gun round at least. It's all been the way of Invictus, but this is the one that ViCi can use to start to turn things back on its head. Slowly but surely.
Slow approach, but a decisive call back towards the B site. 4v2 situation here as Invictus just split up the numbers. 2-2 on either side. Flying. There's a nice molly here, which could buy some extra time. Drop that. With the flash, you could be laughing. Looks like the molly's gone astray. Oh no, that's actually a team molly that forced him out there. Dark and U-Box set up, flying. Or Viva able to find himself the 2K, but it's a 2-for-2. That one's going to favour ViCi.
Definitely good enough for ViCi. Bomb plant's going to go down pretty quickly on top of Coffins. And it's time for Oy and Destroyer to show us what they've got, if they've even got anything. Retake 2-on-3 on the B bomb site is not something that I'd be too eager to be doing. But Oy seems to be. That molly probably not going to help him out too much. Maybe ViCi's just confused.
Oh. Very rough situation for him. Kaze seals the deal with that pick, and we are looking at Invictus letting ViCi back into the game. That's going to be the 11-11 scoreline. We're going all the way. We're going to the deep end. Invictus, they have money for at least one more round, but it's going to be an expensive buy-up. ViCi 2. The 2 alive will be able to drop some weapons over. So they've one last chance, but if they lose a single round, their economy is going to be cooked because these traded rounds are no good. Not good for the round loss bonus at all.
Not good.
Not very good indeed. Well, let's see ViCi if they change anything up or just slow it down. Stay close. Look for these trades. Zoking with the window flash at the ready, looking to send Orman in, but flash comes in a little bit late. And that's unfortunate as well as the outstage. Only able to get the single before falling. The aggression doesn't really favour Invictus, all things considered.
Not really. It's going to keep one of those players back over towards B. Zoking needs to be very careful with what he's doing. The re-smoke comes across from Viva to cancel the molly. A lot of utility expended on that Banana fight. The Invictus have pretty much committed to the B bomb site very, very deep in B, so the rotation is going to take forever. Not that it wouldn't have already. And ViCi are going to have the run of the place on A. It's a 4-on-2, the entry, molly into a library to deny that angle from Invictus, but it's going to be flying that they have to deal with, and they've got the timing all wrong here. ViCi, that's looked awful, but Kaze's at least gotten into the bomb site. The plant is down. He's into pit quickly. Don't think he's been spotted, but now his position definitely will be annoyed. And Destroyer actually didn't spot him crossing over to the other side of pit. So now by broken wall, Viva crosses, has been spotted, but Kaze aims a bit too high. Oh, I don't know what that entry was for ViCi.
So thanking their lucky stars, Invictus. They managed to get away with that one. But that was some big kills going both ways, and unfortunately Kaze couldn't capitalize. Just showed himself, showed his hands as he threw that smoke to Moto, but it wasn't enough for him to play behind. And Invictus take that lead back. So again, just trading these rounds. Now here's that financial situation we were talking about, Jordan. ViCi, they're back on the pistols, and it's not looking good for them. Invictus should be able to get over the line to a 13th hit. Off the back of that, may just be able to close it. But again, ViCi, they've just baited out so much utility at Banana. ViCi player's going to have not much to hold with. That's actually baited the rotation from Flying as well, who's got a flash at the ready to send them back in. Looks like ViCi will be blinded here. There's a bloodbath at the top of Banana. 2 more to find. Viva almost able to snag it. There it is. Bomb control and another round for Invictus.
I was going to say, I think ViCi kind of needs a round like that in their favor because they're looking pretty rough on the T side at the moment of Inferno. Jamyoung with the AWP, though, unfortunately doesn't have the bomb. Could do a lot of damage to this CT economy, though, if he hits one more shot.
He's got a minute to play with. That's a huge amount of time. Smoke as well at the top of Banana will enable him to get the bomb, to get to the B side if he wants.
Well, maybe not, because Flying's walking up. I mean, they've got so much utility as well. Double molly, double smoke, and a few flashes here for Invictus. Viva's on for the ace. Jamyoung's dropped the AWP away. He's just going to try and see if he can get one more kill.
Positioning for Flying too strong. Up on the half wall. Jamyoung not going to be expecting that one. And there it is. 13 secured for Invictus. Just not allowing ViCi over the line. But damn, did Jamyoung make that one expensive for Invictus. So again, just some great individual performances in select rounds. But the frag's not impactful in the end if you're not getting over the line. However, look at the money there for Invictus. Again, those 2 lost players, the 2 extra lost players, there's a chance for ViCi to now reset the economy of Invictus. So again, it's just round after round, everything's so crucial.
Well, you keep talking about chances, Mac. You keep talking about possibilities, openings, opportunities. When are we going to see conversions from ViCi? Jamyoung's opened well, but it's still just a possibility. Or he could very well get himself a double kill here if Zoki's not on point, and he nearly does. 34 HP for Zoki, but ViCi's going to try and speed things up. They've left the bomb in second mid. It's all going wrong. Fever's pushed out from Nana. Zoking's the last alive.
Just going with a very ambitious approach. Viva has a way more solid position. Zoking can't take that one. Jordan having...
I'm having a mental breakdown.
Yep. Just losing it a little bit, not liking what he's seeing there.
No, not really. Just seems like ViCi is not prepared for any of the pushes, any of the shenanigans that Invictus is throwing at them. A couple of times we've seen the Banana fight happen, and it's never really gone to ViCi. So they're back to pistols. Arm up, Mac 10 for Kaze.
Yeah.
And ViCi are going to need a miracle to win this map from here. 14-11 down.
It's looking loosey, it's looking goosey, and it's not looking too good for ViCi. Invictus about to stack on a 15th. If this doesn't work, ViCi with a fast approach now. It should be the wrap towards the A site. Flying, unable to hold. Doesn't even give himself a chance there. Drops the molly, and now it's the 2 site players. But ViCi, they've hit the brakes.
They don't have any util, Mac. They can't get into the bomb site safely. They can't run up this long angle and just get wrecked by the guy in pit. They need to have a bit of luck, maybe. Jamyoung gets one with the CZ. Or if he can find a timing walking out from apartments, maybe that is the inroad for ViCi, but Jamyoung's going to get a bit too interested over towards Library, and Destroyer shuts him down. Now 2 players spotted by Viva. That'll mean the grenade's going to get fanged in.
Ooh, flash there as well. But Orman with the timing, and now we're back to the 2-on-1-on-3 rather, and it looks like Invictus have won.
You tried your best, Mac. I'll give you credit there.
Well, Orman can make this even more expensive and give ViCi a better chance in the next to go for overtime.
Nope.
But Destroyer locks it down. And there it is. Plenty of money in the bank for Invictus to close this one out. ViCi going to do their best to stop it from happening. Who's going to save the day for ViCi? Is there going to be anyone saving the day? Because they got to get 4 rounds.
I don't think so. Not here on Inferno. Maybe when we do go on to Nuke. Should look a little bit better for ViCi. They're generally a very, very solid Nuke team. And Invictus don't really show us a whole lot on Nuke either. So, you'd be looking towards a 1-1 if Invictus does go on to win Inferno here. As you say, it's not over. But 5 in a row for ViCi. Well, 4 in a row, I guess, for ViCi to secure the overtime. Seems a far-fetched task, given the way that this second half has gone so far. They haven't even gotten 5 rounds in the second half.
It's been
Only the 4 so far.
a little rough, little slow.
Need to do exactly what they've done in the rest of this half, just in 4 rounds.
Jamie has a whole bunch of utility that he could throw here, maybe try to cause some chaos on the A site, but again, Invictus full banana control, slotting Viva down aggressively. And ViCi, are they going to be ready for this one? Even with some retake utility, I don't know if Viva's going to be blinded. Seems to be trying to play anti-flash, but Zhao going to be doing the exact same thing. Don't think he's up on top of the wall as well, which is a very strong position to be in. And this crossfire is just going to be way too strong with the contact play off the back of the flash. And 1-for-1. Zhao unable to get anything done from the top of the wall. And ViCi, they've managed to snag another. Jamyoung denies one of the rotations, pulls Destroyer back, so it's just flying here to do what he can. But ViCi, it should be their round unless flying goes huge here.
Don't think that's going to happen. Destroyer's not interested at all. He stayed on the A bomb site.
Well, best case scenario, Invictus save both the rifles and have a full buy into the next. At the moment, looks like they're going to be going for this one. They're feeling it. Flying wants to go straight back in. The cover's there, but it's 1-for-1. And that favors ViCi. 1v2 now. Destroyer, what are you going to do? Are you going to do a thing?
That is a bit of a strange decision, isn't it? It's maybe an inroad for ViCi, you know. Just makes the next round a little bit easier for ViCi to negotiate. Invictus will not have a proper buy. If they take the 2 guns through, though, they'd have a better looking economy. Either way. 15-12. So 3 to go for ViCi Gaming. This first one will probably be the easiest of the 3. It's a full save from Invictus, really. Eagles do get invested in it eventually, but no armor, not much util. ViCi definitely want to be getting over the line here. If they lose this, it's a bit of a tilter.
It will be a rough position for them to be in. Let's see what else they can do. Well, if this was Australia, and it's not, Invictus win this round. However, ViCi pretty solid at playing up against the Ecos, so let's see if the Eagles have any impact. Orman already with the first pick in the round. Just a nice, slow anti-Eco setup. Zoking gets on the line as Oi will be spotted before the peak, just showing a little bit of shoulder there.
This is better stuff from ViCi. Is it a little bit too late? I wonder. 4 rounds in a row is what they require. They've gotten 1. It's looking like they're going to get the second as well.
Well, ooh, okay. Well,
matter.
Nothing for Invictus this round.
No news is good news as ViCi is concerned.
That's just the way it's going to be. Jamyoung happily finding the who kills the. And let's see if ViCi can get back into this. Overtime for map 1 would certainly set the tone for how close this matchup is going to be.
ViCi definitely capable of coming back and winning an overtime here on their own map, not their own map choice, but this has historically been a map that they have chosen, is I think what I was trying to get out there.
Yeah.
And Zoking fearless up banana.
So quick.
That's that's the difference. You know, this is ViCi playing to win instead of ViCi sitting at the bottom of Banana, copping a bunch of grenades and letting Xiao spray them down with an AUG. I think we probably needed to see a little bit more of that earlier in the half. ViCi have been a little bit too placid for my liking.
They're looking more decisive now, though, as they try to make their way to Archers flying on the line, but just with a Famis isn't able to do enough damage there. Gets that reload off, Rap starts to come through, Advent needs to open here, just wait for that flash flying. He just waited a little bit too long, it just never came. Oi able to find the double now as Jamyoung knocks him. And ViCi, they have a man advantage, full control of the A site. There's nothing left in the tank for Invictus. 2v3, do they bother going for it?
I don't think you do right now with the money the way it is. Xiao and Viva will not be getting a good buy next round if they don't save those M4s. Invictus are against the ropes now. ViCi at the very, very final hour have started to come good. It's taken them a long time to really fire up on this map, but maybe they've just gotten there. That's a pretty dangerous time to be in the Invictus camp if they do let this go to 15-15. The way that ViCi have started to work their way through a few of these rounds recently makes you think that they might be the one that, if it does go to 15-15, do have the advantage. Momentum certainly will be on their side. Final round of regulation time. Invictus looking for the 16-14. ViCi looking to make it to OT.
There it was, the lineup. But still not enough. Oi doing all that he could, but flying with the Famis just not looking like we expected him. And it's actually Viva carrying for Invictus at the moment. 24 and 15, flying doing a pretty decent job.
Yep.
ViCi, most players sharing the load there, but Zoking, you have to call him out. 25 and 22, doing a very good job again off the back of a nice entry. Then the decision to just bolt it back towards A. Was the perfect decision, catching Invictus sleeping. And again, you could see Flying was calling for the flash at Archers. He was waiting for it to come. It just took that little bit too long, that second too long, or he might have found himself the double.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda, didn't.
That's the one.
And now Invictus have opted to go back to the MP9, so they've favored the weaker weaponry to get more util, which is not hugely surprising given that we are on Inferno, a map that is quite heavily dictated by your utility usage, of which there has been a lot by Invictus in Banana in this round so far.
Changing the setup, 2 MP9s in carbs is a dangerous prospect for ViCi, however, allow them to escape unscathed. It's actually 3 MP9s on that A site, so it's looking to play triple dig, close range setup.
I think ViCi know that they've got Invictus against the wall a little bit here with the util, so they're going to take the round pretty slowly. Wait out as much of the util that Invictus has got as they can. And so far, they've gotten rid of all of the mollies. Few smokes still in the back pocket for Invictus with a minute left.
Bit of noise being made over towards Banana. Hasn't drawn any rotations. Invictus committed to this 3-man setup at Dig, and it's looking good for the moment. However, Destroyer on a bit of an off angle, just worried about Archers. Invictus just poking, prodding. Now with that utility, and ViCi might just walk straight into the stack, and they have, but they're dealing with it nicely.
I mean, they got to do something. There's 30 seconds left on the clock. It's just MP9s. Get in there. Zoking, he's left out in no man's land. Jamyoung, it's an imperative duel for him to win, and luckily he does get over the line there. I think ViCi might just get over the line as well. Viva's the last one alive. A 1v4 is surely not going to be possible for him.
Well, it's a long game for the man. He has to go one by one, but ViCi, they can't hand this to him. Surely two-man swing, and that's going to be that. Kaze, get it done.
Well, 15-15 has been achieved. It's overtime, and we will be taking a look at that in just a sec.
Excuses for it, love it, need it, live it. I feel like something's missing when I do not have it. I feel it in my bones, gotta find my these emotions. nothing to lose. We're lost at the night. We're feeling alright. There's no need to choose. We'll make up your mind. We're feeling alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gonna do it like this. Gonna do it like that. Everybody's on that. Gonna do it like this. Yeah, we never look back. Oh, got the parties on tap. Getting rowdy on it. Getting cloudy on it. Got me on the right track. Yeah, you got me on it. Gonna do it like this, cause that's the way we want it. Gonna do it like this. Gonna do it like that. Gonna do it like this. Yeah, we never look back. Oh, the shots on my tap. Everybody's on that. Getting cloudy on it. Yeah, we do it like this, cause I like it like that. Yeah. We're going through the motions, in super slow motion. It's time to lose your inhibition, developing a blind ambition. Fire it up, ignite it. I don't wanna fight it no more. I wanna see where this can go. I'm done with playing around, not knowing. Yeah, we've nothing to lose. We're lost at the night. We're feeling alright. Feeling alright. My eyes are on you, and yours are on mine.
It's overtime on map 1 between ViCi Gaming and Invictus. And we're going to start with Invictus on CT side. They have failed to defend 4 rounds that they had, which was the map advantage, the map points. 4 map points is what Invictus had, is I think what I'm trying to get out there. But they weren't able to really do too much with that. And ViCi steamed it back to 15-15 from an 11-15 scoreline. One might say that ViCi have the advantage, given they've got a bit of momentum heading in, but I'm not so sold. I really think this one is still hanging in the balance. First couple of rounds of OT could tell us a lot, but this does look like a different setup from ViCi immediately, and maybe not one I'm too keen on. Destroyer, though, does get traded, so King can't get much done. The trades are not effective enough yet from ViCi, and they still haven't cleared pit. They're not aware that Oi is there, and that was not anything short of a pretty poor round from ViCi in the end.
Well, if anything, ViCi looking way more decisive than what we saw, at least in regulation. They've just gone, hey, look, we're hitting A. Let's go. You know, we'll change it up. We'll change the pace. We'll do something different. But Invictus at the ready after a short break. And again, Invictus into the lead, finally managing to, I guess, stop the drought. Look, it was a few rounds in a row won by ViCi. Now, Invictus have the confidence, and they've got the money to get a buy out every single round. Even an AK picked up by Oi there. So let's see ViCi again with a faster approach, this time towards Banana. But Orman, is he going to be spotted at all? Viva will clear it, but Orman ready to wait in awkward situation.
Yeah, Orman needs to be a little bit more careful than that, to be quite honest. He doesn't want to slow things down, though. He's even flashed himself up here to Karen. It might work out quite nicely. Destroyer's got no idea. That's really nice from Orman. Doesn't manage to hang on for the third, but he's done enough work here to give ViCi a big advantage. Xiao is good with the AUG, but not good enough this time. What is going on this map?
Yeah, well, he was isolated in by that Molotov on the corner, so didn't want to run back through that and give up any damage for free. Unfortunately, only made it the 1-for-1 trade there at Banana, and it shouldn't have been enough, but let's see if Oi and Flying can get this one done. Flashing through, Flying going to be going for a very ambitious play. Oi tries to trade it through the smoke, but it's not quite enough. 1v3, Oi finds the headshot from the Kaze, but Jamyon coming in on the big flank gets it done for ViCi as they do lock down another round. Now, look,
I'm
that
looking.
flash through the smoke for one man to run into, potentially 3 Ts, I am never, ever, 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 ever a fan of.
Okay.
Because trade potential is very, very low.
Yes.
But you got to do something. It's overtime. So if you're running out of strats in the book, if you're running out of, I guess, plays to do together as a team, then I guess, you know, element of surprise, peekaboo.
Why not try flashing yourself through a smoke?
That was it. Anyway, let's see if a different approach works out. So far, so good. Viva get the first pick on a Kaze. Now that's going to be Orpha dealt with.
Flying, caught in brackets, but not caught quickly enough. Destroyer, they had no idea he was in Boiler. ViCi, they really seem quite tunnel visioned right now on the T side. They spot something, and they just make it their mission to chase said thing down.
Go kill, get picks. Not a solid strat right now.
So what do Orman and Zoking do from here? Zoking can use a smoke to get them into B. If he chucks that into CT spawn, maybe a couple of flashes here for Orman to look for an entry. Gonna need a pretty damn good entry though. But to be honest, this is a line that could be flashed. Orman's gonna decide to try peek it instead, and so that means it's Zoking solo from now on. Saga prepared, ready, pushes through the smoke, gets rid of him. 17-16, favoring Invictus. And the pressure's back onto ViCi's shoulders. It's not a map point just yet for Invictus, but one step closer than ViCi is at least. Advent's certainly taken his time to buy. But off we go.
Yeah, and into the second half of OT. Will we see something come differently, or is Invictus just going to put on a show of how to play the T side? Well, looking to encroach on mid, but that smoke. Oh, don't go through it. Are they going to go through it? I think they're going to go through it. However, only one man holding here. I think that's going to be Jam Young rotating back towards Moto. Orman as well coming into play.
It's a lot of utility from Invictus. They're just trying to fake out the A bomb site, and to be honest, it might have actually worked. The rotations are well and truly coming in, but Kaze spotted one player, knocked him over. Surely has to be calling for the rotate to come in, and has. Advent gets Xiao. There's no smoke, Mac. They haven't smoked CT spawn. I'm not sure what's happened there. I think the molly cancelled it, and it's a 4-on-2 because if ViCi have just slaughtered Invictus walking into the B bomb site.
How Viva gets away with that peak is ridiculous, and he's going back for some more as well. Two men here, flash comes through, there's the first, but great usage of the teamwork. Orman comes in for the trade, shoulder to shoulder, and Orpin and multi-fragging. Usually not going to go too well, especially when you're in a very open position. So one and done is the best they'll get, and there it is. 17-17, it is brought straight back. ViCi looking good here on the defense.
So he puts the incendiary down here. I don't know if they intended to throw the molly.
I think they just
the
went
smoke
for the
to cancel
timing.
the molly. Yeah, I mean, they didn't really get the timing though, Mac. Advent had come back quickly enough, and they decided not to smoke CT. They thought the smoke onto that molly was going to be enough to get them across, and it was not. So ViCi equalized, 17 apiece.
Slow approach this time. Invictus just hoping that ViCi get a bit overzealous and maybe step too far. However, ViCi going back to what was working, and it is a passive approach on both sides. You've got Advent boosted up on the short wall there, over on the flower bed there, over towards the B site. Coffin set up as well for Orman. There's still plenty of util to rotate through. And a huge amount of time has been bought here by ViCi, because Invictus just going in dry everywhere. Flash at Banana, double.
Well, Orman still holding on to that smoke, but is he going to throw it in time? Smoke in for Coffins, but Orman's rotated into dark, and that's a good spot to play from. Advent's also ready and waiting with the smoke, so he'll be able to flash Orman in should it be required. For now, though, Invictus are not pulling the trigger.
ViCi haven't even started to edge anyone forward, expecting an A hit, but Invictus, all 5 men here, plenty of util for the full Exi. There is some counter utility to use, but for now it's Advent hitting the trigger early. Doesn't even get one with that one, fading away.
Done a lot of damage. maybe enough damage. Orban gets a headshot onto Flying, and Advent, if he sprays through here, could find one or two through the smoke. It's actually a pretty good plan in the end from Viva. Advent's kind of lost control of things in the smoke there, but look at how low all these Invictus players are. All it's going to take is a tickle from ViCi to finish them off, but they might not even be able to do that. Jam Young has a HE nade in the back pocket. Please, God, use it. He's not going to. How is Invictus getting through this round? I cannot believe it. 20 HP for Destroyer.
Oh, maybe a chance, but missed shot from Viva is enough. 1v1, Kaze,
No
the Malaysian
time.
superstar, could get on the bomb, but he has to stick it, and it's not going to be enough. He takes as many kills as he can, but he's not going to be able to take the round. Dies to the bomb as well, and that one hurts for ViCi.
It really does. It really does. I think they... There were so many moments there where they could have actually managed to finish those players off. And yet they don't. Just a couple of messy sprays. Jam Young sliding out into CT. Made in hand. Literally could have thrown it pretty much anywhere on the bomb site and got a kill with it. But ViCi again are fighting against a map point, and Invictus are able to potentially put themselves up 1-0 in the series.
Well, again, a slower approach. It's Viva just wants to have some more impact with the AWP. He got a nice couple of kills in the previous round, and he's looking to do more again. Nothing at mid. Invictus just looking for the department's control, but ViCi, look, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Strat didn't work before because they didn't walk into the A site. The passive approach is really good over on this side of the map. However, over towards A, look, Advent just needed to get at least one in that position, and the whole round could have gone differently.
Definitely. He was actually almost on for even two.
Yep.
But didn't manage to land that last bullet.
And Invictus looking for a bust towards mid this time, just getting that bracket control. Different approach, maybe doubling back to Banana, but the time's ticking down. They've only got 40 seconds. They need to commit somewhere here.
Kaze was hitting some pretty sharp shots with the AWP in the last round as well, and won't be flashed off the line, but he is banged out of the server by Flying. That's a tough one to cop. Now Jam Young and Zoking need to keep it alive here for ViCi, but this will be a tough hold. Jam Young already tagged down heavily, but Zoking does well, and Jam Young almost even better. Rotation is so slow, though, from ViCi, but the bomb hasn't been picked up by Invictus. Orban could save the round, but he's totally whiffed. Oh, dearie me. Advent in a 1-on-3. It's not possible. Surely not anymore, Mac. Again, ViCi have just fumbled their opportunities, and they're going to be dropping Inferno.
Oh, can Advent get it done? He's looking to work the timing in the smoke. This is not the play. He's going to be spotted in a moment. Oi, surely.
He's got no time. He's got to move. There's 3 players to find. What's he doing? It doesn't matter. 19-17 is the scoreline. Invictus get over the line on Inferno, but that was not pretty from ViCi. We'll talk all about it when we come back from the break.